Hey, what's up, everybody? Looking at Bitcoin on the weekly chart, um, there's a lot of debate. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? And I think this video could clear a little bit of that up. So, the question is, what is Bitcoin doing? Well, obviously, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 waves right there. Then you have an A, B, C. However, C normally comes down here, right? C normally comes down here. And that would be a finished ABC. And then what comes after that? A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. That's what that is. That's what that could be. So if you look here, let's check this out. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? With what? An ABC correction. A, B, C. So we don't know if C is going to end here or if C is going to come down here. Either way, we're in a C wave. So to me, it wouldn't surprise me to come down to 21, 22, 23K. And then we can back test this area right in here. That would make sense. Or it can be like a running flat where it's an A, B, C. The C is a flat compared to A. Well, let's just say it ends here. We'll put it right there, C. So that's the big thing. If we have an A, B, C, and then we start rolling up, great. Or if we have an A, B, C, and come a little bit down, a little bit further down, and then go up, great. What does it matter? It doesn't matter. The difference is right there. That's it. You're talking about, let's see what that is. You're talking about maybe a 12 to 15% move. Not a big deal. So we have a 12 to 15% move, and then that finishes the second wave, and then we carry on. So then what does that mean in the grand scheme of things? Well, this whole thing would be a big ABC, right? So this whole thing would be A. This whole thing would be B, right? And then we come down for C, which would be a larger bear market. Not saying that this is going to happen, but typically when you have 5 waves to the upside, that's what you get. And that's what we have. We have 5 waves to the upside. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's your 5-wave move. If that's your 5-wave move, then this is your ABC. So it's really pretty clear. But, it doesn't necessarily have to keep doing that. And that's just one way to look at it, right? That's one count. And the reason why we know it's one count is because if it's an ABC, it has 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's wave A. There are 5 waves in wave A. And then there are 3 waves in wave B. So where's the third wave? 1, 2, we're in the second now, and then 3. That's wave B. And then we would have another 5 waves. 2, 3, 4, 5. It would be very horrible. And that would probably last until next year, probably another year. We'd have to wait a whole other year for this thing to end. And then maybe, go sideways a little bit and then go to the freaking moon. And then that's what it would look like. Something like that. Okay, that's one way to look at it. Now here's the other way. The other way to look at it is that this was the end of the bull run. So you have your fifth wave here. That's wave 5, right? And then you have an A, B, C. So C is finished. So you have an A, B, and C. And that's your ABC. So, which one's it going to be? I don't know. So that's wave 5. It's kind of hard to say because if you look at this whole thing, right? This whole thing is I would say that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, and that's an extended 5th. Okay? If you look at it that way. Or this whole thing is 1, 2, 3, and this is 4, and this is 5. I don't like 5 because it barely comes up to the top and it's very 3-wave-ish. So it's kind of hard to say that's 5. So I think the best thing to do is 1, 2, that's 3, 4, 5. But even the proportions don't really add up. So if you look at it, that's from an Elliott wave. But if you look at it from a structure point of view, like this, I just took this fractal and I'm going to put it right as if it was on the top here, and it lines up pretty well. Then we are right where we're supposed to be, right? We are right where we are supposed to be. So that's another way to look at it. So there's your fractal. So it would be this whole thing would be a 3-wave move to the downside. And then all of this price action in here is just sideways Wyckoff accumulation, just like how this was all sideways up in here. This is your base down in here. You got to create the base so that you can continue rocking to the upside. A lot of people are bearish right now. A lot of people think we're going to break to the downside, and we could. So my target would probably be 14K area to 10K. So it would probably look something like this, where you have a 5-wave move to the downside, followed by a 3-wave move. 3-wave move to the upside. Now that 3-wave move can do this. We can come all the way down here, then come up, and then work our way back down before going on the next bull run, like I had on the first count. So it really depends what's going to happen. Now, I can say this. I really believe that Bitcoin needs a bigger retracement. If you put the Fibonacci on, it didn't retrace anything. It didn't even get to the 382. So a good retracement would probably be around the 618. Let's see where that is. We go to the 618. Let me put that down a little bit further. 618, right there, about 48K. So now we'll take the fib off. So that to me looks like where we need to go first, if anything, even if we are still in the bear market. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, this whole move right here was 5, so that's 1, and now we're in the middle of 2. And then once 2 is finished, then we're going to pop up here. And then this moment, when we get up in here, that'll be the tell. Do we continue going on, or that's when we break down? So this area right here, that's the inflection point. A lot of people think, no, we're in the inflection point now. No, 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 no. We're just in a minor correction. So I'll show you here. Either way, we should make our way back to the upside. Now, now watch this. I'm gonna go down to the 3-day chart to show you. So we just had our first wave, our second wave, and now we're working on our third wave. The question is, do we flatten out right here and then continue higher, or do we work our way down a little bit further, have a better 3-wave shape, and then continue to the upside? Either way, I think we're going to get this upside move. If we break down, people are going to go, oh, we're going to go down to 10K, 12K, whatever. But actually, it's just creating a 3-wave move. Remember, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what is that? This whole thing is a 1, 2, 3, or A, B, C, before working our way back down, or breaking to the upside. So it really depends. It really depends. Now, there's one other way that this can go down, and that is right here. If this thing, so we have a 3-wave move here, if this thing kind of trends back up to the upside right now and then gets rejected right here, and then we start coming down, then that would be even more bearish. That tells me we're coming down even further, because that would be a 1, 2, right? That would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, most likely. Or it could potentially be just another ABC right here. So this would be A, that's A, and then we're going to come up for B, and then we'll come down for C, and then we'll work our way back to the upside. So this whole thing would be 1, 2, all of that's 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, before rocking it up to that 618 target. So I gave you a few ideas. Any one of them's plausible. If I had to pick one, it would be either this one or the last one I showed, which is, this is A, B, and then C, and then we rock to the upside. But the question is, what happens in this area? It's really acting like it wants to break down. I mean, look at all those candles. This is a 3-day chart. I mean, we are literally we are stuck in a super tight range. I mean, look at this. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen? If we do break to the upside, it doesn't mean it's over, right? We could, like I said, we can come up here, get rejected by this resistance, then come back down, and that would be an A, B, C, right? It's kind of big, but it would make sense. It does make sense before going a lot higher. That's one way to look at it. Or A, B, C, and then go up. Or we just collapse and go down to 0. Either way, it's a good day, because I don't really hold Bitcoin. I hold XRP. And XRP, if you want to take a peek for a second, is, to me, a lot in a better position, way better position than Bitcoin. I'll look at XRP another day. But yeah, Bitcoin it is at a point where it needs to make a decision. But regardless of the decision it makes, it doesn't change the overall move that I believe will happen, which is just an A. This is A. This is B. We're in a B wave right now. And then we go to C. So we are stuck in the middle of a B wave. A large B wave. is this the B wave or is this the B wave? We don't know. We have to wait and see.